Um, well, it's funny because I still really like Wednesdays, and I think that not that I'm trying to compete, but you have to consider that other people, especially like my friends, there's a lot of people streaming, and there's a lot of people streaming at different times, and
Word.
I've always liked the Wednesday slot, and so when we had taken a break, I was like, well, I still like streaming on Wednesdays because it's right in the middle of the week, and it's if I keep that routine, it's something that helps me. So I just wanted to keep streaming.
Yeah.
I started DJing, as you mentioned, of course, earlier, and I think everyone in the chat might know. And so when I got in touch with my buddy Ian Breezy Panda, shout out to Ian Breezy Panda,
Shout out to
um,
Ian.
we started doing these back to backs. I actually forgot how they started, but it was like he had started DJing a couple months before I had, and he was trying to stream too. And I came back from that trip um, for my buddy's birthday, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start streaming music. And it ended up being like, well, if we're not doing the check down, I'm gonna stream on Wednesdays, and then the back to back started happening, and now we have a back to back. And I didn't know what to call it right because I felt like you should call it something. I'm not going to call it a back to back every time. And so his name, he goes by the name of Ian Breezy Panda.
Breezy Panda,
And I
yeah.
came up with Thicc Duvet. And so I was like Thicc Panda. And it's obviously just a combination of our names. And then we started doing, we had another homie join us.
Yeah.
And he goes by Dr. Octopus, but it looks like Droctopus. And so we called that the back to back to back. We called that Thicc Panda Party. So it's like me and Ian are like, anytime that we have somebody that plays with us during that slot, our back-to-back slot, because we're gonna do that more and more. We're gonna reach out to some of our friends, but we're just gonna add that name and have that be a part of that name. And if they do come back, because we did two Thicc Panda parties with Dr. Octopus, we're just gonna we just run that name back.